A positive self-image and healthy coping mechanisms are synonymous with emotional security. Self-confidence is very necessary and is needed in our everyday life. Not everyone, particularly not every adult unfortunately, has attained emotional security. It is empowering to be detached from anxious attachment and controlling tendencies. Being emotionally secure empowers you to actively make decisions that serve you. This is so significant, specifically when such decisions may not be what others want to hear from you. It also further establishes your composure so that you are not desperate nor in a hurry to prove yourself to anyone. An emotionally secure person thrives on effective communication and is not afraid to appear to stand for something right when others are hesitant. This topic of emotional security is very crucial for our relationships and our mental health. It is the cornerstone of a wholesome well-being and should not be overlooked. Emotional security can easily be explained as a deep feeling of immense stability and safety in one's emotional life in the face of anxiety, fear, or other forms of emotional challenges. It is the bedrock for a healthy life and a healthy relationship. Emotional security is very vital. In this video, we will be sharing 10 key points on emotional security. Watch the video in its entirety and share in the comments below which of the points you have mastered or are currently working on. Point number 1. Being emotionally secure can empower you with a strong self-esteem. You are able to let others express their opinion, but you are secure enough to intelligibly state your point of view. It enables you respect the stance of others while clearly stating you may or may not agree with their view or whatever the case may be. This ability to let the holders of the opposing view understand you respect their opinions but still disagree is very essential in the society today. An emotionally secure person does not see the need to embark on a futile argument with someone else having an opposing view. One who is emotionally secure appreciates themselves while acknowledging their strong presence. A secure person is healthily assertive. Point number 2. An emotionally secure person is self-aware and confident enough to remain candid and true, regardless of perceived accolades being given or being denied them. They continue being true as their approach is the right and good one for that situation. An emotionally secure person is less likely to alter their course of action just because everyone else is applauding another, if it isn't wise for that circumstance. Point number 3. An emotionally secure person enjoys a healthy self-worth and is secure enough to say no when necessary, even when everyone else is saying yes. For instance, an emotional secure person can say no to skydiving if they do not want to, regardless of if everyone else in the group is screaming in supposed excitement. An emotionally secure person is confident enough to be assertive on what works for them in any situation. Such a person is secure enough not to swerve or alter their decision due to peer pressure or any sort of coercion going on. Another good example is where a group of people are chatting but gossiping about another person or just tearing someone else down and laughing about it. An emotionally secure person is able to walk away from the group and refuse to be a party to such despicable activity. Even when the gossiper is a relative or a very close acquaintance, an emotionally secure person is able to assertively discourage that line of conversation from continuing. Furthermore, an emotionally secure person is least likely to go with the flow, in quote, knowing fully well they do not like, or agree, or support the direction of that flow. Point number 4. An emotionally secure person practices mindfulness. There is no desire for arrogance, nor egotistical behaviors. They are honest enough to understand their remarkable capacities, but less likely to blast it from the rooftops. A secure person is the least likely to be an attention seeker. They appreciate attention when it is given, but do not demand, nor turn it into a weapon, which could be used to consciously or unconsciously hurt others. Point number 5. A person who is emotionally secure understands their strengths and weaknesses and is secure enough to know they aren't perfect beings. They are secure enough to understand that everyone else is not perfect either. An emotionally secure person is more likely to give some measure of accommodation and grace where appropriate to support another struggling person. However, one who is emotionally secure will not turn a blind eye, nor be silent when an injustice is being inflicted on another person. Additionally, an emotionally secure person is secure enough to recognize flaws in themselves and in others, and use this as a guide when building their personal teams. Before we continue, a quick note. Feel free to share your comments and experiences and thoughts in the comments section below. Someone might find your comments helpful. Remember to like the video so it automatically stores in your liked folder for easy reach for when next you need to rewatch and re-listen to it. Better still, click the subscribe button so you always have access to videos and new enlightening posts from the channel. Now, moving on. Point number 6. A person who is emotionally secure is more likely to be reliable and consistent in their actions, and understands the need to continually build themselves emotionally. They are aware that certain societal standards might differ, but they are secure enough to continually focus on their personal growth. They have established and continue to build healthy coping mechanisms to manage stress. An emotionally secure person cares for themselves with love and respect, and this is visible and obvious in the way they respond to others when there is an interpersonal interaction. Point number 7. One who is emotionally secure practices emotional resilience. They are courageous enough to bounce back from challenges and setbacks. They are also not control-hungry, nor control-mongers. A secure person appreciates and allows others offer help when necessary. A secure person is more likely to proffer a constructive suggestion in a neutral but respectful tone with no egotistical need to degrade the recipient. Point number 8. A secure person is most likely to practice a life of gratitude. An emotionally secure person becomes a more valuable partner in a relationship, as they do not expect the partner to fill every void in their lives. A secure person understands that a relationship requires daily deliberate and intentional effort to build, nurture and sustain. They recognize it's not a one-size-fits-all. They also understand that every relationship is unique and do not allow themselves fall into the temptation of comparison. A secure person is confident enough to be willing to have those tough conversations when they need to be had to ensure continuous growth and development. Point number 9. A secure person is not afraid to set clear, firm, and consistent boundaries. An emotionally secure person appreciates the importance of maintaining emotional safety to ensure emotional security. A secure person recognizes and values a healthy and positive atmosphere and environment. Someone who is emotionally secure is sound enough to stay strong with a positive self-image while their boundaries are in place, regardless of the toxicity of the environment, which can occasionally include family, relatives, or the home, or the workplace, which some of the time is a situation beyond their control. But they are confident and courageous enough to remain assertive while being respectful. Point number 10. An emotionally secure person is open to learning. They understand that there are lots of information and knowledge they are yet to come to, but are willing to acquire new skills and new ways that ultimately enhances them to become a much better person than they already are. A secure person values and is not scared to be vulnerable, to communicate honestly, to ensure continuous personal growth. At this point, it is important to remember never to hesitate to seek professional help whenever necessary. Your health and mental care professionals are appropriately licensed and equipped with the relevant tools to assist you at your points of need. A professional therapist can also provide a safe space for you to express yourself and guide you in the process of managing your own emotions. Bear in mind, a secure person does not crave validation. There is a huge difference between emotional validation and emotional support. An emotionally secure person is to emotional support and emotional discipline. On the other hand, an emotionally insecure person is to emotional validation with anxious attachment issues. It is very unhealthy to be an emotional vampire. This video hereby seeks to encourage anyone who sincerely in your hearts realize you are not yet on the path to emotional security. Do not be hard on yourself. Here is an additional encouragement to anyone who is not yet on the route to emotional security. It is a journey and requires loads of patience with self. Consider beginning by actually taking baby steps to care for yourself enough to understand you are worthy of self-love and self-respect, which will ultimately transmit to being treated with love and respect. Make up your mind to honor and value yourself. Consciously, but daily, and intentionally, work on your person. Commence taking those firm positive decisions, setting healthy boundaries, and making those healthy life choices. The payout is too great to not be a part of. Every little step towards emotional security is a huge step towards a happier and a healthier you. I wish you good health as you practice and work towards emotional security and find increased confidence and happiness.